Welcome to Learning the Business of Landscape Design. I am Dan Lee. This is CAD 101. Today we're working with blocks. Blocks are basically anything that you have drawn, like a plant symbol, a patio set, section elevation, construction drawing to show how you want a wall built. A lot of different things you can make into blocks, and blocks are really useful to create a block library. That way you don't have to recreate things every time. You can really customize your drawings to what you like and your style. So here is an array. This is where we left off last time. And remember, I used the polylines that are thicker in the middle, and then they get thinner as they approach the edge of the circle. So this is where we're starting with. And then to create a block, we go up to this block panel under the Home tab, and we can hit Create. And if you work from the top to bottom, left to right, it'll ask you all the questions you need to answer. So we're going to call this a Mesa Glow Maple. We're going to pick the center. Now when I hit this pick boxes, this dialog box is going to disappear. Let me access my drawing space. Then I'll briefly turn on O-Snaps to get the center of that. Then I'm going to select the object. So basically it's just this array and this circle. I'm not going to annotate or anything else at this point. I can add a description. And then I'm going to say OK. It does have an option for a hyperlink, but I've never gotten that to work. So now when I click on this, it is all together as a block. I keep my property window open on this side, and it basically says it is a block reference, the name, rotation, everything else. So we have created a block. So blocks are great. I can move this over now, and when I go to insert a block, you can click this insert, and then it comes up with my Mesa Glow Maple. And then I can just pop that over here. Now, if I wanted to change this a little bit, you can see that right now they look the same, but I can double click on a block and it'll open up a block definition editor. So your screen kind of grays out and it gives you a bunch of options of all sorts of things that you can do. But I'm just going to click on this for now, and then I'm going to adjust my array. If I double click on that again, it gives me this dialog box that we've seen before. So instead of 7 items, maybe 3 items. So you can see the difference. Close this dialog box. And when I close the block editor, it asks me if I want to save the changes. And so I'm going to go ahead and save. And now you can see it has changed the original block definition. So I updated every block definition within my drawing has now changed. If I do that again, this time I go back to 7. So you can see that's updated. I'm going to click on this little box here. I'm going to close the array box. And then when you go over to the left-hand side, it has open and save. I'm going to save the block as, and now I'm going to call it a spruce. And say OK. Now when I close the block editor, those are still the same, but when I go into insert, I now have a spruce symbol. So it didn't update the original ones, but now it gave me a new option. As you can see, I'm building this library. So when I go to blocks, I can go into insert, and then I can go to blocks from libraries. It opens up this whole other dialog box here. Then I can click on this little icon off to the side. Then I have my drawing files, and so all of these are blocks. Couple walking. You click on it, then after a couple seconds it thinks about it. Then what I found is that you drag this over and let go, and it's inserted that into your drawing. So now I have a nice little section of a couple walking. Blocks can be very powerful. There's a lot of things you can do with them. So this is the first step to using blocks. Thank you for watching Learning the Business of Landscape Design, CAD 101. Please follow us on YouTube at Learn Landscape Design, and don't forget to subscribe.